Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is opening Instagram. Not because they're bored, not because they're lonely, not because they even want to, just because their thumb moved. And in about 20 minutes, they'll probably close the app and feel strangely worse. Not exhausted, not unhappy, just empty. Which is strange, because scrolling feels good. That's why we do it. So why does something that feels good leave so many people feeling bad? And why do billions of people keep doing it anyway?
Think about this. Nobody has ever opened TikTok and said, I hope I waste the next 2 hours. Nobody sits down and thinks, today, I'd like to avoid everything important in my life. And yet, it happens. Every day. To millions of people. People who know exactly what's happening. People who know they're wasting time. People who know they'll regret it later. And somehow, they still keep scrolling. Which raises a strange question. If we know something makes us feel worse, why does it feel so hard to stop? For almost all of human history, humans didn't have infinite things to look at. For 300,000 years, your ancestors lived in small groups. The same faces, the same trees, the same sky, the same stories. And your brain loved novelty. Because novelty meant survival. A strange sound? Pay attention. A new plant? Interesting. Unknown footprints? Could be important. Your ancestors who noticed new things survived. The ones who ignored them didn't. Which meant something strange happened. Over thousands of generations, human brains became obsessed with the new. But there was one problem. Nature never expected infinite novelty.
Because your brain doesn't know what Instagram is, or YouTube Shorts, or TikTok. As far as your brain is concerned, every swipe could reveal something important. Food, information, friends, danger, opportunity. And every time something new appears, your brain rewards you. Not with happiness, with dopamine. Which is interesting, because dopamine isn't really the chemical of pleasure. It's the chemical of pursuit. It doesn't say, this is enough. It says, maybe the next one, and the next one, and the next one, which explains why the hardest video to stop watching is always the one you haven't seen yet.
Scientists discovered something fascinating. The brain responds more strongly to unpredictable rewards than predictable ones, which is exactly how social media works. Most posts are ordinary, but every once in a while, something amazing appears. Something funny, something shocking, something emotional, something that makes you laugh, and your brain learns something dangerous. Maybe the next swipe will be even better, which turns your thumb into a slot machine. And suddenly, you're not consuming content anymore. You're pulling a lever over and over and over again.
But here's the strange part. Humans didn't evolve to experience thousands of lives every day. In 1 hour, you can see a billionaire, a war, a wedding, a tragedy, a vacation, a cat, a recipe, a breakup, a joke, and then another 1,000 things. Your ancestors experienced life at the speed of reality, but modern humans experience life at the speed of algorithms. And maybe that's why something feels off, because your brain receives more experiences in one evening than ancient humans sometimes received in weeks.
But something else disappeared. Boredom, waiting, silence, long walks, staring at the ceiling, doing nothing. And for most of history, those moments weren't wasted. They were where thoughts happened, ideas happened, memories formed, conversations started, creativity appeared. But today, the second boredom arrives, we reach for our pockets. And boredom never gets a chance to finish speaking, which raises an uncomfortable possibility. Maybe the problem isn't that we're overstimulated. Maybe it's that we're underrested. Not physically, mentally. Because being entertained all the time isn't the same thing as feeling fulfilled. And perhaps those two things were never supposed to be the same.
For hundreds of thousands of years, humans looked out at the world and wondered what might happen next. Now, we wonder what happens after the next swipe. And maybe that's why so many people feel empty. Not because they're consuming too little, but because they're consuming too much. Because your brain wasn't designed for an infinite world. It was designed for one.